This is going to be taking a look at the drop rates for Otherworldly Breach. We did Otherworldly Hunt earlier, now we're taking a look at Breach. I had 250 runs or 500 leaps worth. I wanted to do more, but it's just my ultra running out of leaps. It's really expensive to run this content. And we will be comparing it to the hunt rates, though it's worth mentioning that you'll notice the hunt rates are slightly higher than they were before. I had to cut out parts of the previous sample just because it was inflating the purple rates a little bit and dragging down the red rates. So you'll see the red rates are a little bit higher than what they were last time, though my conclusions about how I feel about Otherworldly Hunt pretty much remain the exact same. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of the results. So 250 runs, 500 leaves. The gold per run is the same. Assuming you have a 10% gold buff, you'll be getting 216 gold per run. And then for stigma, 120 per run regardless. Here are the hunt reforge mats. I'll just type that in, or whatever. These are both called hunt reforge, but this is the reforge mats I got from hunt. And note that this is with pet, so the reforge mats here are slightly inflated because of the pet reforge skill, which I didn't have on this account. But even considering that, the conversion and hunt reforges we got from doing Otherworldly Breach were pretty significantly higher than the ones we got from hunt. This is really nice, especially for the Breach specific reforge mats, because there's no other way to get these right now. So what's nice, the rates on these are a little bit higher. If I'm taking a look at the gear, we had a 10% gear pet here, so the total gear that we're getting per run is a little bit higher than 6. This is me checking whether the gear pet is additive or multiplicative, because if it's just 6 plus 10%, then you would expect about 6.1 gear per run. Like, it's a 10% chance per run to get a gear drop, versus it increases your gear drops by 10%, in which case it would be 6.6. But it's looking like it's additive, and this is probably how buff event works too, though I will be checking that separately. And then with the 10% gear pet, you're expecting about 0.328 otherworldly pieces per run, 160 stamina's worth /2 leaves, 3.656 epic, and then 2.08 for heroic. Swapping it over to rate, we know that we get 6 per run, so we can take a look at the rates here. The rates for otherworldly gear on Breach are a lot higher than what they are on Hunt. Hunt is somewhere around 2%, while Otherworldly Breach is above 5%, so it's over double. We need a larger sample for this, but I would expect it's somewhere between 5, 5.5, somewhere in that area. And even the epics are higher, 60% versus 55, and of course the purples will be lower. But the total amount of gear you get per run is still the same. It's still 6. So this means that, on average, by doing Breach compared to doing Hunt, you're going to be getting better gear overall. And also, because of the whole set thing, every single Hunt has 1 or 2 bad sets in it that you don't really care about. But Breach, it's either 1 or 2, and with these rates being so high, to be honest, I think even if you only want 1 set, not only because you have literally no other way to get the gear, but even if you only want 1 set, it's pretty worth running. You can see here, if I divide the average per run, we still get, more than we would get from Rift. It's almost 2% chance to get or you expect almost 2 epic pieces, epic / otherworldly. If you combine it, it's almost 2 pieces per run, which is pretty nuts. This is nice because if this is going to be the only place to get these new gear sets, then we'll be able to have a much easier time gearing units using these new sets. It's nice that it's fast to farm these out. So this data, the thing is that you have no other choice. If you want Reposet, you have to do it here. But this is just to take a look at some of the data, and we'll be doing more runs during the buff event and asking around with better methods of collecting the data so we can avoid issues with the sample sizes, and hopefully we can expand this a bit more. I will make everything look nice eventually, and probably do something explaining sample size and why that matters, just because sometimes certain data samples that I see around here and there are just not valuable due to low sample size. Anyways, hopefully this gives people a decent amount of info on what they're farming.